Hello! Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the hobby. Welcome to the first ever Jake live stream. So we've never done a live stream before. Why am I doing this? Just wanted to chill. I wanted to talk. We never get to do live stream. So I recently went to Card Party, talked to a lot of other cool content creators. PokeRev, we talked to just about everyone you can think of. Deep Pocket Monster, Pat Flynn. And, you know, I wanted to do something different. And there's so much I want to talk about that I never get the chance to talk about ever. Just because I want to have that conversation and it's just really hard to do that through video. So I want to try to do live stream and we'll see how that goes. You know, we'll shoot it. We'll see where it goes. If we have fun, I'll do more because there's so much cool stuff to talk about that we never ever get the chance to just talk about. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to do a tier list of all of the Sun and Moon era Pokemon card set with you guys, just because they've been really popping off lately. And I just wanted to revisit all these sets because a lot of these sets I haven't looked at for years. I haven't looked at these sets for literal years. So I have no idea what the top cards from these sets are. So it'll be fun to just look at them and what you guys think about it. If you want to bounce ideas off me, we can bounce ideas off me. If you guys have questions, I'm happy to talk about it too. So I'll read them off sometimes. Edible Mushrooms asks, a PSA 10 Mimikyu sold for 10 grand. That doesn't surprise me anymore. That doesn't even surprise me anymore. Especially with the way the Japanese Pokemon cards have been popping off for the past couple of months. They're definitely climbing. I always knew that the Japanese side would be super strong. I've been saying the Japanese Pokemon cards have been underrated for years. And it's been a super tough market, especially on the international side, just because a lot of people get really irked by the Japanese cards. They look at the card and they say, I can't read what that card says, so it can be really intimidating. I talked to a lot of content creators over the past weekend, and honestly, they were talking about how difficult it was to even open up Japanese Pokemon cards. Because it's really intimidating, you know, when you open up a booster pack of Japanese Pokemon cards and you can't read what it says. So you have to know what you're talking about. If you open up a brand new Pokemon, you got to know what that Pokemon is, you know. And sometimes when an English content creator opens up Japanese booster packs and they can't read the cards, they look like an idiot on stream. So I completely get it. I completely get why opening up Japanese Pokemon cards can be super intimidating. But I'm really glad that the Japanese side has been popping off because the Japanese cards are awesome. The quality of them is way better than the English cards. And so it makes sense to me. Am I shocked by some of the prices? I am. Some of the prices are insane right now. But it's hard to say where things will go. Let's see now. I definitely wanted to talk about all of the Sun and Moon era sets. And this was the best tier list I can find. So I'm just going to dig through some of these. I do this all the time by myself, but I figured it'd be fun to just do it with you guys. So the only one I have right now is Sun and Moon base set. And this looks completely different from how I remember Sun and Moon base. It looks completely different from how I remember Sun and Moon base. We got Lily as the top card. Lily wasn't even close to being the top card 3 or 4 years ago. I don't even think this is a good looking Lily. Yeah, I don't even like this artwork. I think it's okay. This was where, when they started doing the Sun and Moon era Pokemon cards, they were still doing them based on the XY era style. So this is where you start a transition from the XY era full art trainer cards to the Sun and Moon era Pokemon cards for the full art trainers. And this was in between where the full art trainers were just starting to look like their stride. They were just starting to look good. But this was like really beginning stuff. I don't even think that's one of the better looking full art trainers. If you like it, you like it. I'm actually shocked. I'm shocked that the hyper rare Umbreon is going for only like 36 bucks. That's insane. Sun and Moon base is not that terrible. It was printed into Oblivion. That's probably like the worst problem with it. I'm just gonna, you know, do I give Sun and Moon D tier? It's pretty bad as far as the base set goes, but none of the base sets were really that good. I think we'll just leave it at D tier just because I know some of the other sets are just way stronger. We'll do that. We'll do D tier for it, and we'll see where that goes. Now, I also wanted to look at the promo cards. That's not part of the tier list. I just want to look at the promo cards from the Sun and Moon era. Are there any good ones? There aren't that many good English promo cards. They're getting better. The English promo cards are getting way better. But man, they used to suck. They used to suck. Yeah, if you look at the top list, it's just staff cards. There's some Japanese cards in here. But there aren't that many good. There's Shining Lugia, Reshiram, and Charizard Tag Team GX. There just aren't that many good ones. Let's move on to the Guardian Rising is the next set. I don't remember anything from Guardians Rising. Am I a software engineer? I'm not. But I do have a desk job. So some people don't know this, but I'm not a full-time content creator. So I have a full-time job. I work full-time. On some nights, I'll go to like college classes. And on nights when I'm not going to college classes, I'll actually record videos. So yeah, it gets pretty wild. I know some of the content creators that I talked to were shocked that I don't do content full-time. It is what it is. I like Pokemon card collecting as a hobby. I've always said that it should be a hobby. You know, can you do content creation full-time? Of course you can. If that's what you want, that's what you can do. Man, Guardians Rising. Sylveon GX as the top one. It's crazy to me that the Sylveon GX is more expensive than the Umbreon GX from Sun and Moon base, but I mean, there's other cards inside of Sun and Moon base, and it was printed into Oblivion compared to Guardians Rising. Looking at this, I don't think it's better than Sun and Moon base. I don't think Guardians Rising is better than Sun and Moon base. You got Mallow as the top full art trainer card from this set. Yeah, the full art trainer cards from the early Sun and Moon era still doesn't look that good. The full art trainer cards from the early Sun and Moon era still does not look that good. There's just nothing in here that is really outstanding. Some of the item cards have been really popping off. A lot of the item cards used to be like $5 for the secret rares, and now they're going for, you know, like $35 for the rare candy. That's pretty cool. I don't even know what this in a PSA 10 goes for because no one ever grades these cards. No one ever grades stuff like that. I have no idea what this card goes for. Rare candy PSA 10. 75 bucks. If you want a PSA 10 rare candy, it's 75 bucks. That's not bad. Considering it's one of like the top, I would say, iconic items from the Pokemon game as well as the Pokemon trading card, I think that's not bad. That's actually a pretty decent price. It's actually pretty affordable. Crazy. No one ever collects item cards. There are some item cards collectors that are diehard fans of them. I'm just gonna move on. We're just gonna give Guardian Rising D tier. I was gonna give it C tier, but I can't. I can't do that. I don't think it's higher than Sun and Moon. It's not good. Let's say that. Burning Shadows. So every time we go to the third set inside of a series like Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, the big card is always Charizard. They always do Charizard as the top card for the third set. And Burning Shadows was so popular back in the day. It's not bad. It's not bad. You got the Charizard GX as the top chase card, and it's still a fun pull. If you pull this, it's still an awesome pull, you know. $400 for a Pokemon card is still crazy. Acerola is the top full art trainer card from this set. The full art trainers are still not that good looking yet. They look okay. Their design just didn't really pop off yet for me. Wick, surprisingly second highest full art trainer card. Yeah. And the first run of Burning Shadow cards came in bad condition. They did. Yeah. That Charizard card is still a hard grade even today. Still a hard grade. Burning Shadows is not bad. It's not a great set, but I wouldn't be completely bored opening it. I wouldn't be bored clicking it. let's see. We will put Burning Shadows C tier. What do you guys think? Burning Shadows C tier, B tier. Is it worth being B? Any comments? Watching while playing Monopoly with the fam. I love trading card series. I love playing board games as well. That's right. C. All right. We're doing C. We'll go with C for Burning Shadows. Let's go next set. Crimson Invasion. Crimson Invasion. Just, what a rough set. Yeah, what a rough set. Let's look at one of these. The Ultra Beast. The Ultra Beast just did not pop off. People did not like the Ultra Beast. And the problem with the Ultra Beast is that they don't look like Pokemon. That's the biggest issue I think with them, is that they just don't look like Pokemon. Their design is very foreign. They look alien. And that's correct because they're from another dimension. But they're very ugly. They're very ugly and no one likes the Ultra Beast. I love both Buzzwole. I love the idea of a super buff mosquito looking Pokemon. That's just hilarious to me. I love the design of it. It's the only one I like. None of the other Ultra Beasts really pops off for me. Gyarados GX is the top card from this set. I knew that. Oh, what a surprise. A classic OG is the most popular card inside of an Ultra Beast stack set. I love this Gyarados. It's super cool. Super cool looking card. The Rainbow Rares were always the top chase card from Sun and Moon. Lusamine as the top full art trainer card. Still not that good of a full art trainer card. The full art trainer cards from the early Sun and Moon era set just don't do it for me. You guys say F. I think that's a bit harsh. For me, F is almost Crimson Invasion tier. I'm sorry. You're right. What set am I thinking of? Steam Siege. It's almost Steam Siege tier. Crimson Invasion is not as bad as Steam Siege. That's the thing. F would be like Steam Siege, which is a really bad set. If you guys want me to look at Steam Siege, I'll show you how bad it is. It's a really bad set. There's just no good pulls inside of it. I would do D tier for it for now. It's not great. It might be like in between. I'll give it D for now. It's not great. We're moving on to Ultra Prism. This is where things start to really get solid. Yeah. What happened to this set? What happened? What happened here? It was never like this. I'll tell you what, when I was looking at this set when it was released, the top card inside of this set was the Solgaleo GX going for 40 bucks. This was the top card of this set. And it was the most expensive card and it was going for 40 bucks. And now it's not even in the top 5. It's not even in the top 5. Okay, so here is where the full art trainer cards really pop off. They really pop off. The Lily card is of course great looking. They do a fantastic job with the background. It looks great. Some of the other cards are still catching up in terms of full art design. Like this still doesn't look that good. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but like the design of this just doesn't look great. It looks dated already. It looks dated. The Lily looks great. The Lily I think is timeless. Yeah, you can see some of these older ones. The caricature just doesn't look amazing to me. It looks dated. Like I can look at this and be like, oh, that looks like an older Pokemon card instantly. Ultra Prism's not bad. Also, it's one of the most heavily underprinted set. So all right, how are we gonna actually rank this? How do we actually rank this? So I'm not ranking this based on how fun it is to open up a booster pack of this, because you're not gonna be opening up booster packs from any of the Sun and Moon era Pokemon card set. That's just not gonna happen. So we're not really talking about the pack opening experience. I'm really talking about how good of an actual set this is to hold long term. If you want to collect it, what are the cards like? We really have to talk about like long term, because you're not gonna be opening up these packs. Sun and Moon Ultra Prism, you guys are saying B? Are we down for B? Is it A or B or C? It's not C. It's between these two. I'm seeing a lot of Bs. I'm seeing some As, some Cs. I'll put it in B for now. I think that's about right. It's not as bad as Burning Shadows. It's not as bad as Burning Shadows. I'm good with that for now. What's next? We got Forbidden Light. I don't remember this set at all. And we see why. Oh boy, we see why. The top card inside of the set is Energy Recycler. That's why no one remembers it. It doesn't really have a mascot Pokemon or trainer that goes under it. Energy Recycler. Why is this so expensive? What am I missing out on? This is what happens sometimes, you know, when you do analysis like this. I just look at cards and I'm like, what happened to this card? It's going for $88? Why? I don't even know. You know, sometimes people ask me questions like, why is this card expensive? I don't know. I don't know everything about trading cards. I don't know everything about collecting Pokemon cards. I do my best. People are saying D and F already for Forbidden Light. Lucario GX and Greninja GX and Diantha. Let's look at these cards. Let me look at these. Lucario, it's alright. It's alright. There are Lucario fans out there. There's a ton of Greninja fans out there as well. That does not look that good. It's a full art trainer card. Alright. It's probably between Burning Shadows and Ultra Prism, somewhere around there. A lot of people are saying C. I agree with that. We can put C for Forbidden Light. Some people like to put it between these or something like that. It's fine. They're all in the same tier. I'm not gonna really like mess around with what's inside of the list. It's C. Somewhere around C for now. Next up, Celestial Storm. Top cards inside of this set. Lycia Full Art. Next up, Rayquaza GX. Those are strong. Those are strong cards. Celestial Storm wasn't bad. Rayquaza was the mascot of this set. It looks solid. I enjoy opening up this set. I actually remember it, so I'm down for that. I wonder how much these booster boxes are going for. I feel like we should have thought of that. I didn't think about that. How much are actually these booster boxes currently going for? I mean, most of them are pretty expensive now, but let's look it up. Celestial Storm booster box. $600. Crazy. Okay, is it? No, it's going for, yeah, there's like a couple of boxes going for $500. Celestial Storm, not bad. I would say it's close to Ultra Prism. It's the exact same thing where it has a solid full art trainer card. Naoki Saito. He always just does great art. It's the background that does it, okay? The card is decent already. I think his caricature is kind of timeless. The character looks decent. This is kind of timeless art already, and the background looks good. I think it's because of the background that really pops it out for these full art trainer cards. The Rayquaza GX. Still a solid pull. If you pulled that, you'd be happy. That's a cool card to pull. I'm agreeing with you guys. We'll go with B. Everyone's saying B. I'm good with that. I don't think it's better than Ultra Prism for a bunch of reasons. In fact, if you had to pick one of these booster boxes to have inside of your collection, I would go with Ultra Prism first. Ultra Prism is better. It's lower print run, and it has the Lily, which is a better chase card. What is something that I'm currently looking to buy and add to my own personal collection? I have such a strong personal collection already. There's not really much I need to do. Pretty much, you guys see my background? You guys see my background? All I gotta do is just hold on to that for 20 years and we're golden. Most of the cards that I want, I already have. That's the thing. If I want a card, I probably already have it, or it's completely outside of my price range, right? I don't want a $50,000 or $100,000 Pokemon card. I don't even know what I would do with that. I don't even know how I would ever display that. There were guys at the convention where I was at just last week where they had some really expensive Pokemon cards just inside of their pockets. There was one guy just walking around with an Illustrator Pikachu just in his pocket and showing it off at breakfast. It was crazy. It was crazy what some people have inside of their collection. I wouldn't do that, but I'm not them. All right, what are we currently on? We finished Celestial Storm. Next Pokemon card set. Did we miss any? Did we miss a holiday set? We missed Shining Legends. We missed Shining Legends. I'm going to go back for it. I'm going to talk about this set just because we do have it. It's not technically, it came out in the Sun and Moon era, but it is not a true Sun and Moon Pokemon card set, but it doesn't matter. People are already saying A. I don't know if Shining Legends is A. It's got the Test Tube Mewtwo GX as its secret rare. I pulled this card. Pulled it a couple of times, actually. Going for right around $100 in mint condition. Let's filter that. Near mint. $80 to $100 in near mint condition for this card. It has not gone that up in value, so it's got Shining Pokemon, which is cool. It's got Shining Mew. Was there any 4 trainer card inside of this set? There wasn't. This was okay. There was. There's Pokemon Breeder. Man, that is not high in terms of value for that card. Shining Mew, Shining Rayquaza. These are all great cards. We pulled a Shining Rayquaza for the community investment portfolio, and we sold this card. We got a pretty good value out of it because it was a PSA 10. The community investment portfolio is doing great. Pokemon Breeder going for like $5. That makes sense. All right, where do you guys think Shining Legends land? To me, it's not an A tier. It's okay. If you open up this set, you'll do all right. There's a holo inside of every single booster pack. And you're very rarely ever going to pull something good. I'm going to be honest with you. If you pull something, you're probably going to pull something like an Entei GX, which is, I pulled like 8 Enteis when I was opening up Shining Legends. So, okay, I'm good with B tier. Some people are saying S. If you guys love Shining Legends, I appreciate that. I'm glad that, you know, it's got that level of love. It's just not for me. Next setup. Oh yeah, Shining Legends was going for heavy discounts for the longest time. You could walk into Walmart and pick up Shining Legends for like half off for years. For years after release, they were still trying to sell out of Shining Legend. It was a really tiny set. 73 cards, not counting secret rares. It was just too small. You open up 10 booster packs and yeah, we did forget Dragon's Majesty. We're going back there. Dragon Majesty is next. All right, we're getting into it. We're getting into some of the better sets now, sort of. What's inside of this set? Necrozma, Ultra Necrozma. Let me look at this card. Oh man, that does not look pretty. It looks okay. The gold cards were, yeah, I would say that's mid. The issue with it is that the gold cards got a lot better after this. In this era, you look at this, especially in person, and you can't even see what kind of Pokemon it is just because it's gold on gold. So it doesn't even pop off on the screen. Do we have a gold one? Oh yeah, look at that. You can barely see it. You can barely see it what kind of Pokemon it is. And that's the top chase card. No one remembers Necrozma, Ultra Necrozma. No one cares. That's the problem. Zinnia Ford is cool though. Reshiram and Salamence GX are cool too. Yeah, the 4 trainer cards from this era starts getting better. The background starts mattering a little bit more, and the art looks a lot better now. This art will last. This art will really last. Some of the older 4 trainer cards look so dated. That will definitely last. Where's Dragon Majesty? You guys are saying D? That's so brutal. You guys are saying D? That is so brutal for Dragon Majesty. It's not that bad. It's not Crimson Invasion level of bad. I'm going to put it in C for now. I'm going to put it into C for now. Yeah, there aren't a lot of Dragon Majesty out there. It was printed heavily shorted out. So we finished Dragon Majesty. What's next? Lost Thunder. Lost Thunder. This was the last set before, no, it was the last set before the tag team era where things start to really pop off. Lugia, it has Lugia GX as its chase card. This card used to be like 20 bucks too. But then people started going back into the day and saying, okay, what's popular? What should I start collecting? $100 for a near mint, no, $150 for a near mint Lugia. $150. This card was pretty hard to grade too. Mimikyu GX is good too. Whitney as the top 4 trainer card. Yeah, they're starting to get a little better. We got Mimikyu and Suicune too. Those are all good. I agree with you guys. I think it's right around... Wait, what are we saying? I see C, I see D, I see B. It's between C and B. It's between C and B. It's probably C. It's probably C. It's not as good as these sets. I would say I would rather open up any of these sets rather than Lost Thunder. All right, all right. Seems like we have a consensus. We'll go with C for now. I know the chase cards are great. We got Lugia, Mimikyu, and Suicune. The odds of you pulling these are brutally low. They're brutally low. So it's just not going to happen. What's going to happen is this set was pretty heavily printed, and I bet you it's still pretty cheap. I bet you this set is still really cheap. Let's look it up. Lost Thunder Booster Box. Oh man, it's actually gotten kind of expensive. I might have to change my mind on that. It's expensive because everyone's collecting it, or is it expensive because it's actually good, right? I say it's expensive, but it's almost the exact same price as an Evolving Skies booster box nowadays. It's almost the exact same price. Only 500. Oh yeah, yeah, only 500, right? For a set that's only a couple of years old. All right, I think that's fine for now. Let's move on. Did we skip Detective Pikachu? No, we didn't. Detective Pikachu. Sun and Moon team up. All right, let's look at this set. We all know what the top card is, Latios and Latios, Tag Team GX, and a lot of the other Tag Team GX cards have started popping off inside of it. I have the Magikarp and Wailord, because I love this artwork. If you guys look at this artwork, it's so good. It's hilarious. So I did talk to a couple of people who were kind of involved in some of the thought process behind this, and they picked some of the most interesting pairings. Wailord and Magikarp. It's just hilarious. It's such a hilarious pairing. It's great. And this artwork is great too. It's so cartoony, but it's hilarious. Underrated. I think this one definitely underrated. The Gengar and Mimikyu, I don't love this one. They could have done something a lot better. It just looks bare bone. You say it's alternate full art. It could have been the basic art. It's not as good as the other ones. They could have done something a lot more interesting with the art, that's all. The Latios and Latios Tag Team GX card is amazing. That one deserves it. Erica's Hospitality. Erica's making a return in the upcoming set, the 151 set. Not bad. It's not bad, man. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not great in terms of a full art. This set has a lot going for it. Eevee and Snorlax is great too. Pikachu and Zekrom. What do you guys think? All right, final thoughts on Team Up. It's between A or S tier for me. A lot of people are saying A. S tier. It's got the most expensive alt art card right now. It's great. I'm gonna tell you guys a story, right? Back in the day when Team Up came up, cards were still super cheap, and I picked up 20 or 30 copies of this Latios and Latios Tag Team GX card for like 30 bucks. And whenever I had friends who got married or had a wedding or just any kind of event, sometimes I would just slip one of these cards in as a congratulations and write them a nice letter. And it's great to see where it's gone now. So I hope some of them still have that card. People are saying it A and S. A lot more S than A, actually. Actually, maybe it's kind of close in between. I'm going to give it A for now. We'll see what belongs in S tier. We'll see. Have I completed any Pokemon card set? I do. I have a lot of the old Wizard of the Coast era Pokemon card sets completed. I don't have the modern ones completed. There's just so many cards inside of the modern sets, and so I really pick and choose. Like, I talk about this where I don't have all of these cards inside of my collection. I have the ones I like. If you have a card you like, pick the card you like. You know, you don't need to collect every single card inside of every single set, especially with how insane some of the sets are getting. Or am I going to collect every single Master Ball foil from the 151? No, that's brutal. The amount of cards you would need to complete the Japanese version is going to be insane. I hope they don't do that for the English side because it's going to blow up the English market. They might, because they are trying to copy a lot of the things that the Japan side is currently doing, but I really hope not. All right, we finished with Team Up. Let's move on to Detective Pikachu. I was really hoping for this one. I'm excited. Woo, sheesh. What a set. What a set. Damn, we got so many good cards. We got so many good cards in here. The problem with Detective Pikachu is it's too small. It's F tier. It's pretty bad. There's no reason for you to even collect sealed products of Detective Pikachu. There's actually some decent stuff inside of it that has gone up in value, but it was very heavily printed, and the problem with Detective Pikachu is that it didn't need to be. You didn't need to print a million booster packs of this set because there were so few cards inside of it. You open up 8 booster packs and you get pretty much everything with multiple copies. Yeah, it's still going for $5. Is it as bad as Steam Siege? It's pretty darn bad. It's not even a true set. It's F tier for now. It's F tier for now. Let's move on. What else do we got here? We got Unbroken Bonds, the Charizard set of the tag team era. Let's look at this. Gardevoir and Sylveon Tag Team GX alternate art as the top chase card. The Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX was the top card from this set for the longest time. It was the top card from this set for the longest time. And only recently did the Gardevoir and Sylveon really take its top spot. This artwork is solid. It's solid. It's not my favorite of the ones from this era, but it's solid. It's adorable. The Greninja and Zoroark one, it's alright as well. They're still finding their strides with these alt art cards. If you look at the earlier era for the alt art cards, they're really trying to find their stride. A lot of the artists don't know how creative they can be yet. They don't know what can they get away with putting inside of an alt art card. So a lot of the alt art cards, it's just a different art style. That's literally what it is, an alternate version of the exact same card. Whereas a lot of the modern ones from the Scarlet and Violet era, they go crazy with the alt art cards. They do all kinds of crazy stuff because they know they can get away with it now. Blastoise GX, Green's Exploration, Marshadow, and Machamp. It's not as good as Team Up. It's not as good as Team Up. I would say Unbroken Bonds. Is it the weakest of the tag team era one? It was also reprinted a lot. This set was very popular. It was necessary for the trading card game. It was really necessary. There was just a ton of stuff inside of it. So yeah, it was heavily printed. Even though this set is popular, there's still a lot of booster boxes out there. We can put it, is it top? I would probably put it at the top of B tier. Hang on, guys. I gotta see how much an Unbroken Bonds booster box is going for. Booster box. I still have a lot of sealed products from this era. $500. It's going for the exact same price as Lost Thunder. Unbroken Bonds is going for the same price as Lost Thunder as a booster box right now. If you wanted to collect one, I would pick up Unbroken Bonds hands down. It's not even close. You would absolutely would rather have an Unbroken Bonds booster box inside of your collection than a Lost Thunder one. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Lost Thunder is $500. What do I think of the English set coming out in August? We'll see more, you know. We'll see more what's inside of it. The Charizard from the upcoming Pokemon card set. Oh man, that Crystal Charizard card does not look good. It does not look good. Next set, we're getting off topic. Unbroken Bonds, we're going to move on to Unified Minds, the next tag team era set. Misty's Favor is the top full art card. I did not expect that. I did not expect this to be the top chase card from this set. This card also used to be $40. It also used to be $40. Mega Sableye and Tyranitar GX. Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX. People are saying A or Riot. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a really good art. That's great. This one's not one of the more popular tag team combo, but it looks great. Look at that. They look like they're just bros having the best of time. All right, that's pretty good. I like this card a lot too. It's adorable. This one's adorable. This is a great tag team card to display. This looks great. This looks great. I would say it's better than Unbroken Bonds. Oh, Unbroken Bonds is probably at the top of the B tier. Unified Minds would probably be A tier. It's not as good as Team Up, or it's very close. It's very close. The tag team cards inside of this set I don't think are as good as Team Up in terms of the pairing. But I'm down for it being A tier for now. I think that's fine. The next set, we got Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates was really where Hidden Fates almost changed Pokemon card collecting at the time. This set was so popular, people were scrambling to get it. This was even before like the Logan Paul era. People were scrambling to get Hidden Fates. And man, the cards inside of this set, at least this is not the Shiny Vault group. They don't do Shiny Vaults or other stuff like that anymore. The top card inside of it is Jessie and James. People are saying S tier, some people are saying A tier, some people are saying B tier. It's not B tier. I'm not going to put Hidden Fates B tier. Let's look at the Shiny Vaults and how they've been doing. Charizard GX. This card was so hyped, it reached the news. There was one person who got a black label Charizard GX. The very first black label Charizard GX. And they tried to sell it. They tried to sell it on the secondary market, and someone bought it for $10,000. The very first Charizard GX Black Label card from BGS sold for 10 grand. And it went through the whole entire news cycle. Everyone was talking about it. Parents and people that weren't even into Pokemon cards started collecting and started opening up Hidden Fates just because they heard of this news of this $10,000 Charizard GX card. The person who picked up this card for 10 grand, the Black Label one, I understood their mindset. They were talking about why they did that. They thought that there wouldn't be that many Black Label cards. They thought that this set would get like 5 or 6 Black Label Charizard GX, and they were just going to scoop them all up, and so they were just going to hold the market ransom. That didn't happen. There were so many Charizard GX cards being graded because of that news, and there's still a ton of copies of this. This card has not climbed at all in value. In the many years since Hidden Fates release, this card has not climbed in all in value. It's actually surprising to me that none of these cards have really climbed that much in value. People are saying S tier as a set. I don't really know if it's S tier. It's the is it the closest set to being S tier from the Sun and Moon era? Is it the closest set to being S tier in the Sun and Moon era? The problem with Hidden Fates, and there's a bunch of problems, they reprinted this set. So you guys got to understand where this tier list is coming from, right? I'm really thinking about how good are these sets as collectibles long term. If you enjoy these sets, hold on to them long term. We're not talking about opening them up. We're not talking about the cards inside. This set was really heavily printed. They reprinted this set and it tanked the prices on a lot of it. And there's still a ton of products out there for it. And as far as a set go, how memorable is Hidden Fates compared to other stuff that's being released nowadays, you know? From this era, people don't even talk about Hidden Fates anymore. People talk about the Tag Team GX cards. Like, for the past 3 or 4 months, all of the Tag Team GX cards have been just popping off. They've been going up so much in value. Okay, I agree. Cosmic is better than Team Up. Team Up still needs to be S. I don't know if Team Up is S. We'll look at it again. All right. I'm just going to give Hidden Fates A tier for now. There's a lot of reasons why it's struggling as an S tier. It's got so many cool cards, like the Umbreon GX card, the Sylveon GX. Cynthia as a full art trainer card is all right. It's almost like a trainer gallery card because it's got Garchomp in the background, and we got a shiny Lucario here too. Do you guys know this? There's a shiny Lucario here. Some people don't even notice that. It's a cool card. It's almost a trainer gallery card. Sylveon GX, Umbreon GX, these cards are great as well. They've climbed in value. Hidden Fates has not climbed. The Garchomp is shiny too. Some of the shinies just look really hard to tell apart. Some of them are really hard to tell apart. All right, final set. We got Cosmic Eclipse. This set I didn't love at the time. Can you guys believe that? I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed this set a lot, but I didn't go crazy for it. I pulled this card, by the way, at the pre-release event. At the pre-release event for Cosmic Eclipse, I pulled this card and we got first place at the pre-release tournament with it. What a cool card. What a cool card. Some guy wanted me to trade this card with him at the pre-release event. If you ever wanted a trophy card, this is a pretty cool one. Arceus and Dialga and Palkia. We got the 3 gods in a very cool looking card. Some people are saying A for Cosmic Eclipse. A lot of people are saying A. There's no S tier set for this era. What is an S tier set? You know, there's a lot of great sets in the Japanese end. If I could put Japanese sets onto this list, there's some that I would say is S tier, like Tag Team GX All-Stars, S tier. That's so good. It's S tier easily. But the English side is just not the same. Some people are saying A+, S-. Hidden Fates and Shining Legends are the only S tier. Oh god, where do I put... There's so many cards in Cosmic Eclipse that's over $100. Isn't that insane? How much is this set going for? Cosmic Eclipse Booster Box. How much is a Cosmic Eclipse Booster Box? $875. That's insane. Makes sense though. You can still buy booster packs, loose booster packs for 12 bucks. $875. It went from $500 to almost $900. It is S. You all have bad taste. Fantastic set. Is it? It's not bad. It's great, actually. It's really strong. I love the top chase cards. Some of these other ones are great, too. The Blastoise and Piplup looks good as well. Red and blue. Like, all these cards look really solid. That's a really nice card as well. It's a trainer gallery card before trainer galleries were a thing. That's a really cool card. It's just listed as a Sun and Moon full art. It's not even listed as an alt art. Is this really a basic pull? Is this really a basic pull inside of this set? That's nuts. This isn't even a secret rare. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's a secret rare trainer gallery inside of this set. That is, alright, that's pretty good, actually. You're right. There is a secret rare trainer gallery inside of this set. I do love those. The Pikachu inside of this set is great. That one, can you believe that Pikachu secret rare inside of this set used to be like $5? Lily's Full Force. It looks alright. It looks alright. Blastoise and Piplup. I like this set a lot. Alright, final verdict on Cosmic Eclipse. Let me know what you guys think, where it belongs. S, A, or B? S, A, or B for Cosmic Eclipse? Top of A tier. Yeah, here's the Pikachu secret rare. It used to be $5. This card used to be $5. It's adorable. Great card. We got a lot of S. We got a lot of A's as well. You know, I believe if you have a tier list like this, you gotta give something at the top. It would make for a really nice bell curve. We didn't try to make it a bell curve, but it just became a bell curve. If there was an S tier set for the Sun and Moon era, I think Cosmic Eclipse might be it. It doesn't have all the best cards, but it's a really strong set, and it does have secret rares inside of it. Some people are saying A+. It's right in between. It's right in between. Is it really S tier? It's not my favorite set from this era, although it's really high up there. It's such a good set. The secret rare trainer cards really help with the pull rates. It's fun. It's fun a lot. Go S for the content. We got a bell curve. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Well, I mean, Jake with the executive decision for S tier, you guys can make your own. You guys can do your own thing. It's up there. It's right up there. You can argue for any of these sets, honestly. If you think Hidden Fates is the best set from the Sun and Moon era, I got no issue with that. If you think Team Up is the best, no issue. Unified Minds is the sketchiest one, but it's not bad either. The fact that this set has all of these cool secret cards inside of it that you can just pull, and I think these were inside of the holographic reverse slot, so you could still pull one of these cards and get another pull behind of it. These cards are just great, and none of the other sets from this era has any of them. So I think if there was an S tier set from the Sun and Moon era, it'd probably be Cosmic Eclipse. Yeah, these really helped the pull rates. It was a lot of fun. If I were to open up any of these sets right now, which one do I think I would enjoy the most? I would enjoy Cosmic Eclipse the most, and Hidden Fates next. Why is Hidden Fates not S tier then if I enjoy opening it up so much? It's because we're not doing a list based on pull rates or how fun it is to pull. We're thinking about a lot of different stuff. I would say if Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse was an S tier set, it's low. It's low S tier, but I would say it just makes the cusp. So there you guys have it. That's our tier list. Crazy that at MSRP, it still has more value in opening Evolving Skies. Where is Evolving Skies? We're not going to do a tier list for the Sword and Shield era yet. We're going to do it soon. We're going to do the Sword and Shield era next. This one's going to be wild. We got a lot of crazy opinions when it comes to the Sword and Shield era. Now we can do the Sword and Shield tier list. We just jump right into it. Oh man, I need to think over the Sword and Shield era. Sword and Shield is on everyone's mind just because it's so recent. People are still opening up Sword and Shield. X and Y era, no one really remembers that much. Not a lot of people open up these sets. Like if you look at X and Y base, this set has nothing in it. Blastoise EX as the top card. Oof. Some of the XY era did not age well. I gotta say the cards from this era did not age well. It's very rough. XY is when I quit. I get that. I get that. These sets were very rough. They did not sell well. None of these sets sold well. Furious Fists, Phantom Forces, Primal Clash. The break cards did not sell well either. XY was rough. Then we got XY Evolutions, which really brought a lot of people back in. But it's barely an XY era set. There's so many cards inside of it that are just not from the XY era. It's barely an XY set. X and Y is great for investment. It hasn't moved. It hasn't moved a lot in the past year. It's reached an area where if you have the money, you can go buy it, but if you don't have the money, you're never going to have it. And is there really a reason to have sealed products from this era? Besides saying I have something old. The full art promos is nice from the XY era, is what you're saying? Let's see. See, I did not like this. So for the longest time, I didn't collect full art trainer cards. And a big part of that was because of the XY era. The full art trainer cards inside of it, I don't remember looking very good. I don't remember them looking very good. Like, oof, it is rough. The art in this era is just rough. And the holo pattern just didn't pop either. The holo pattern didn't pop for a lot of the full art card. They just don't look as good as the ones in the Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. They get, the full art trainer cards look so good nowadays. Yeah, they have some weird brush effects on these cards. And the holo patterns just don't do it for me. Well, we're going to move to Sword and Shield next. We're going to move to Sword and Shield next. But I'm pretty happy with this. If I had to do a tier list for this era, I might have moved some of these around. So you guys definitely swayed my decisions on a couple of these. This is close. I thought Team Up would be the S tier set for sure. But after looking at it, it's high up there. If you have a booster box from this era, you would probably want Team Up. Team Up is crazy. How expensive is a booster box of Team Up right now? So the reason why Team Up is so expensive was because it was really underprinted for no reason. It was heavily underprinted. $2,000. $2,000 is the cheapest booster box on TCG Player. You might have been able to get it cheaper elsewhere. This set is just really heavily underprinted. It's really underprinted. They did one printing of this set at initial release, and they never restocked it. Why did they never restock this set? I have no idea. I always thought this set would be reprinted because they printed Unbroken Bonds. They reprinted Unbroken Bonds into the ground. It went back down to $100 a booster box. But they never reprinted Team Up, so it just stayed kind of expensive, but no one really needed to open it because none of the cards from Team Up were ever really usable in the TCG. I don't think I've ever seen Team Up. Yeah, you never see products as Team Up anymore. None of the cards in Team Up were good inside of the trading card game, so they never needed to reprint it. Unbroken Bonds had a ton of good cards, and people were constantly opening up booster packs of it, so they needed to open up a lot of Unbroken Bonds booster packs. But nowadays, since no one is playing the TCG with Team Up, it's become super collectible, because it's all about the collectors now. The only people that would want a Team Up booster box is the collectors. The Pokemon Company doesn't care about the collecting scene. They care a little bit, but right now they really focus on the trading card game. That was the reason why they made the decision to reprint Unbroken Bonds and not Team Up. Team Up could have used a reprint, I think, or a restock. It just never happened. Pikachu and Zekrom was really good in Team Up. That's true. There wasn't a need for it because there were plenty of cards on the secondary market. The cards were cheap. That's right. Pikachu and Zekrom was really good, but the cards were always cheap. Unbroken Bonds, people are opening up for all kinds of different reason. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for our Sun and Moon era tier list. I think I'm pretty happy with these results. I hope you guys were happy with these results. I didn't think Detective Pikachu would be F tier, but that makes sense to me. I'm surprised by some of where some of these sets landed. I thought we would have a lot more down in the C and D, and the only sets up in the A and B tier would be the Team Up era set, but I dig this. I think this is great. I enjoyed talking to you guys. This has been amazing. I'm really glad I did a live stream. You know, sometimes I have a lot of opinions like this and we never get to hash them out. So it's good to do something like this. It's definitely good to do something like this. All right, I think I'm gonna end the live stream here. Hope you guys had fun. We'll definitely do more of these. We gotta talk about the alt art cards. We gotta talk about a full art card. We gotta do a bunch of different tier lists, man. There's so many cool stuff we gotta talk about. There's Japanese sets. There's all kinds of cool stuff. If we did a Japanese promo tier list, that's gonna go crazy. There's so much that you could talk about which card is the best one, because those are wild right now. Those are still the Wild West. You know, something like this everyone can agree on, but there are so many things out there. I swear if we talk about which is the best alt art cards, I think chat's gonna go crazy. I think you guys cannot agree on which is the best alt art card. I know a lot of people think that Umbreon VMAX is great. Is it the best alt art card from the Sword and Shield era? We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys, we're ending the live stream now. Got a ton more to talk about. But yeah, we'll continue these. I'm down for live streaming. This has been super fun. It's been chill. You guys have been great. So I'll see you guys around. All right. Bye, everyone.